Yeah, and Phil, Aaron just broke down the sort of politics of this.
Yeah.
So many voters are looking at President Biden, looking at Democrats, and saying, especially I would say African American voters, and saying policing reform was stalled, voting rights is stalled. What are the politics specifically when it comes to policing for President Biden and the impact that this could have on Democrats trying to hold on to control here in D.C.?
Well, Yamish, those two agenda items have been stalled, and I think a lot of Democrats are frustrated by that and demoralized by that, and thought that by electing a Democratic president and a Democratic majority in the House and the Senate, that these agenda items would be front and center and that these reforms would be passed into law, that there would be policing reform, that there would be voting protections in the form of voting rights passed by the Congress, and that has not happened. There are a lot of frustrations by activists as well as by some elected Democrats that President Biden has not used the full weight of his office to push these issues on Capitol Hill. Remember, when he first came into office, he was prioritizing the pandemic. He was prioritizing some of the fiscal bills, first the stimulus bill for pandemic relief, and then spent months in negotiations with Senator Joe Manchin, Senator Kyrsten Sinema, and trying to win over Republican support for his Build Back Better initiative and for infrastructure at the expense, according to many Democratic activists, of a full-throated push for voting rights and for policing reform. We've, in recent weeks, heard President Biden give powerful speeches about voting rights, and he has talked over the course of his presidency about how much he values policing reform, but we haven't seen the energy and the momentum on Capitol Hill to push these forward, and you also haven't seen the Democratic majorities, however slim, in the Congress actually pass these laws.